What's up, y'all? Today's video is a little different. Today we're doing a video on all 30 MLB teams, but we're ranking them not on how good they are, but how exciting they are to watch. If you're just a mutual fan and you turn on the game, how inclined are you to continue watching? Which team are you more excited to see play? And sometimes there's been like a lot of primetime games with Sunday Night Baseball. A lot of those teams are at the top of the list here, the guys that got the Sunday Night Baseball games. Just because the MLB knows that they're prime time and they're exciting to watch. So there's a little bit of criteria. There's about how well your team did, because it's exciting to watch a team win. It's what exciting players you have. It's just how your overall season's gone, really. Let's start it off, though, because this might be a bit of a longer video. So 30 through 25 there's not much to say much right here. It's Arizona last, big losing streak. Texas, not fun. They traded Gallo. They traded Kyle Gibson, and I guess Adolis Garcia was a bright spot this year. Colorado, boring. Trevor Story, German Marquez can't save you. Pittsburgh, who cares? Brian Reynolds, good year, all right. Kansas, you're waiting for Bobby Witt Jr. because at least Salvador Perez probably had one of the best offensive seasons of his career, but still no one's watching the Royals. Baltimore's a little higher just because Cedric Mullins is having a cool year, and then Trey Mancini coming back from cancer. So if you turn on the game, you might watch their at bats. That's about it. Detroit here just because they've had a couple of exciting players. Akil Baddoo, they had that big winning streak. They've had some guys come up and have all right little spurts. Minnesota is here just because Minnesota is here at 23. Normally they're a pretty exciting team that hits a lot of home runs. In 2019, they broke the record for most home runs in a single season. This year, injuries, and they just out of the gate they were bad. So you don't even get to see guys like Nelson Cruz or Byron Buxton this year because they're either traded or hurt. The Cubs are at 22, and this is a tough one. Washington's also at 21. So like these teams before the trade deadline were exciting to watch, right? The Cubs still had all their prime pieces from 2016. So did the Nationals from their 2019 run, and then they traded all of them. So this is what I'm kind of putting in the middle, because right now no one's watching the Cubs. Their best players like Wilson Contreras. After that, and then the Nationals, they're only higher than the Cubs because they have Soto. So I don't know where to really put these guys. It was tough. After that, you got Cleveland at 20, a team that was kind of in the wild card race like the entire year. They've kind of fallen off now, but just kind of boring. Like they have some good pitchers, all right. The lineup is not very fun except for Jose Ramirez. At 19 is Miami, a team that struggled this year, but I still kind of find them kind of exciting. Good starting pitching is always fun. To tune into the game, you see good starting pitching. The lineup has some exciting pieces, mainly Jazz Chisholm's breakout. 18 is St. Louis. Disappointing year, but it might get a little bit more exciting to watch Cardinals games now that Yadier Molina just announced his retirement. So a lot of people will be tuning into the last couple games of the year to see one of the better catchers of all time plays last couple games. Besides that disappointing year, they're supposed to win the division, and Milwaukee's gonna do that. Move on to 17. I have Tampa. I know it's weird, one of the best teams in the league, but they're boring. Like they really are always in terrible attendance numbers. We know it's because of their bad stadium. That also doesn't help how exciting their team is when they're playing in a bad stadium. They don't really have that many exciting players. I mean, Tyler Glasnow is definitely exciting, but he's been hurt the entire year. The offense, I guess Wander Franco has been pretty exciting, but he hasn't quite lived up to the number one overall prospect the past couple years hype. But let me just say, he's only been in the league for like 2 months. Who cares? We'll give him lots of time, and even then, he's still been fine. Very similar to Tampa, coming in at 16 is Oakland, a team that's doing pretty good this year, but once again, not very exciting players. They got the Mats on the corner, Olsen and Chapman, and they have good pitching. Okay, cool. Move on. 15 is the New York Mets. This is a team that's actually very exciting, but they've had injury problems this year. When Javier Baez and Francisco Lindor are playing up the middle, super fun to watch. I'm not sure if that has even happened this year. Like Lindor is just back today, I think it is, so now they'll play together. DeGrom was amazing through the first half, but then since the All-Star break, he hasn't played really, I don't think, so that's kind of tough. 14 is Seattle, a team that usually would be like in the 30 through 20 the past couple years, but they're having an exciting year. People are calling them America's team because, I mean, they're doing better than a lot of teams in the wild card race right now, and they're a team that was not expecting to be there, and they got a young and scrappy team. So I like the Mariners there at 14. 13 is the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, crazy NL East where they led for a couple of days. It didn't last long because the Braves went on this crazy winning streak. But Bryce Harper is as entertaining as it gets. Pitching, Nola, Wheeler, pretty good this year. Nola, not so good. Wheeler, a little bit better. But Philadelphia, I think, kind of middle of the road for entertainment. 12 is Milwaukee, a team where if you turn on the game, you will probably see an elite pitcher, whether that be Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, Freddie Peralta. All those guys are great. The rest of the lineup, okay. I mean, Christian Yelich is usually exciting, but past 2 years have not been good for him. The rest of the lineup doesn't really have too many, spark. Not too much spark in that lineup. 11, San Francisco. I know, tough. The best team in the league this year is in 11 for entertainment-wise. But once again, they're kind of an older team without too many exciting players. It is exciting to watch them win and exciting to watch them be a team that was expected to miss the playoffs, go and be the best team in the league. But besides that, okay, it's cool. It's fun to watch Buster Posey resurgence. But yeah, I mean, it's the Giants. They're having a great year, but it's not the most exciting team to watch. 10 is the Los Angeles Angels, solely because of Shohei Ohtani. They would be a lot higher if Mike Trout was playing. They'd be a little bit higher if Anthony Rendon was Anthony Rendon this year, but he was bad and hurt the entire year. So Shohei Ohtani single-handedly gets the Angels in the top 10. At number 9, I have Atlanta, a team that when they had Ronald Acuna Jr., very exciting to watch. Since then, they've gotten, they went through a bad streak, and then now this 9-game winning streak for them has been exciting. Besides that, I mean, they got some kind of exciting players. Ozzie, Freeman, Swanson. So when they added Soler and Duvall, they've hit a lot of home runs. So that's where Atlanta falls. Toronto is 8, just because they have some exciting pieces. Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette. They build maybe one spot higher if George Springer played a little bit this year. And also they have good young starting pitching, guys like Alek Manoah, Jose Barrios. At 7 is the Yankees, a team that were not a fun watch through the first half of the season, and have really turned it on. And they get exciting when you watch that outfield of Joey Gallo, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton hit absolute bombs. The lineup always bangs, so that's why it's exciting to watch them. That's why the Yankees fall at number 7. At 6 is Cincinnati, a team that maybe you think, oh, I'm not going to go watch this Cincinnati Reds game. But actually, the lineup's a lot of fun. Joey Votto has been amazing to watch this year. Nicholas Castellanos was so much fun to watch, mainly through the first half. He's still been good in the second half. Jesse Winker was amazing the first half. So it's those 3 guys in the lineup, as well as Jonathan India. I'm a big fan. Kyle Farmer's had a little bit of up and down, but he's been good recently. Tyler Naquin's been on fire recently. And then the pitching, Sonny Gray, Luis Castillo. The Reds have been fun to watch this year. At 5 is Boston. The top 4 is really tough to crack, but Boston, a lot of fun. Another team that was expected to probably miss the playoffs, led the AL East for most of the year. Now I think they're out of a playoff spot, which is kind of tough, which is why they dropped down a bit. But for 3/4 of the season, or 3/4 of the way here, watching Bogarts, Devers, JD Martinez, Verdugo go at it has been fun. Number 4, top 5. Well, Boston was top 5. Here we go. Number 4 is the San Diego Padres. They would move up more if Tatis played more, but even without him, it's a fun stadium where it always seems super loud, and the fans, the walls are low, so the fans can get right there. They move up a little bit because the Dodger-Padre games have been amazing this year, but even that, guys like Jake Cronenworth, obviously Tatis, has Trent Grisham been great this year? I'm not sure, but they still have interesting pitching. Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, Joe Musgrove. So that's why San Diego falls number 4. And number 3 is Houston. If you're a mutual fan of baseball, you turn on this game and you probably cheer against Houston. But regardless, they still have an amazing lineup that makes it fun to watch. Kind of I'm not going to compare them to the Yankees. We're not going to get into all that. But kind of how they have just guys through the middle of the order: Bregman, Correa, Kyle Tucker, Yuli Gurriel, Jordan Alvarez. It's an insane lineup with good pitching. Young pitching like Framber Valdez, I forgot what that guy's name is. Christian Javier, exciting. So that's why Houston falls at number 3. And number 2 is the Chicago White Sox team we're in the hat of right now. Honestly, the White Sox have one of the best young cores in baseball, which makes them so much fun to watch. Luis Robert, Eloy Jimenez, Johan Moncada. They're seriously a lot of fun to watch. And the pitching, Carlos Rodon came out of nowhere. Giolito has been good this year. Cease, pretty good. I'm forgetting someone else. Lance Lynn, almost winning Cy Young. He still might win Cy Young this year. That's why Chicago falls number 2. But at number 1, I have the Los Angeles Dodgers, a team that maybe if you're a true Dodgers fan, you're not happy because they should be the number 1 team in the NL West, and that's the Giants right now. But still, if you're a mutual fan and you turn on the Dodgers game, you want to see a team with Albert Pujols, Clayton Kershaw, Max Scherzer, David Price, Trey Turner, Mookie Betts, Cody Bellinger, Justin Turner, Max Muncy. The lineup is insane. Chris Taylor, Corey Seager. Like, that team is insane. And just because of how good, this might be the best team on paper of all time, you got to put them as the number 1 most entertaining team to watch as a mutual fan. Like, if you just turn on the baseball game, I would say to watch the Dodgers. Unfortunately, I'm East Coast, so the games always start at like 10 o'clock for me. But I try and catch the highlights of the Dodgers games. But I also try and catch the highlights of the Padres games. And when they play each other, it's must-watch TV. So that's the video. So this was ranking teams and how fun they are to watch this year. I did it for the mutual fans part. I didn't do it for me, because otherwise the Blue Jays would be number 1 for me. But regardless, I'm back now. We got a lot more videos coming. I got 2 more that I'm looking at right now that I'm about to go film. And then, yeah, thanks, guys. I know I took like 8 or 9 days off. I was on vacation, came back, was busy. But shout out to y'all. We almost hit 500 subscribers, so let's hit that.